In this video, I built the Star Religious Group's headquarters where Gojo fought Toji in Jujutsu Kaisen. If you go on to enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. If you're interested, all of my builds are available on my Patreon, link in the description. Now on with the video. To start the build this week, I wanted to build probably the most iconic area of the fight, the large pillars section. I was able to get a scale for how big the rest of the build would be from this, and it was pretty easy to make. But after that initial area was built, I moved on to planning out the roads and the size and distance between everything. In the anime there was an overhead shot of the entire area, which made all this planning significantly easier. However, next up was the parking lot off to the side here. This was a relatively simple build, once I had figured out how to make the white lines, that is. The Gojo vs Toji fight after he awakened is one of my favourite moments in the whole anime. So I decided that I wanted to try and build the area for this week's video, and also because I need the build for another project I'm working on. But after that, I started building up the park area in the centre. For the most of the buildings, I didn't really have much reference material to go off, so I kind of just winged it a bit and built it how I thought it was supposed to look, based on the little information I had, that is. This first building was quite easy to make, and I really liked the colour combo on this one. I might have to use it in a future build. It might look pretty empty for now, but I'll go in and add all the trees and the foliage at the end of the build. Anyway, the next building was over by the big staircase I built earlier on. This first one was quite small, but I'm really happy with how the roof turned out. I think it looks pretty cool actually. The second building over here was significantly larger. I ended up using mushroom stem blocks for both houses, as I wanted them to be different to the other building I just made. I also tried to recreate the roof again on the larger one, and I'm not sure it looks as good as it does on the smaller house, but it still works, I think. However, next on the list of things to build is the actual Star Religious Group headquarters. This took up the majority of the time on this build, as it turned out to be quite a complicated building. I started off with the stairs and the entranceway, and then the inverted roof parts. I don't really know how you would describe them, other than that I guess. Once I had the general designs for those sections, I moved on to the roof, where I struggled to get the angle of the roof to look right. In the end I settled for just a basic slab roof. It still resembles the one in the show though, so it's all good in the end. The walls were looking a bit flat, so I swapped out some of them at the transition points for stairs to add in a bit of depth. After that, I finished off the roof and the surrounding area underneath the building. But next up was the final stage of the build. I had to add in all of the trees and the foliage everywhere. I first designed 3 different trees that I could copy and paste around the area, which was pretty easy. I made sure to rotate them to give them some more variety. Once they were all placed, I went through and added in some tall grass about the area. This section was a little rushed, as I was running out of time for the build this week. I hope you enjoyed it anyway though. Hopefully next week's video won't be as rushed as this one. And with all that, the build this week is complete. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more like this in the future, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, special thanks to all of my wonderful supporters on Patreon, which is where you can find all of my builds, including this one. See you in the next one, gamers. Goodbye.